It's a very funny and painful look at a woman who was in a moment of chaos approaching an enormous change in her life, you know, and that all of the garbage and rubbish that comes up from who you thought you'd be, having to face who you are to move on to who you might possibly become. And so we find Bernadette and her family, you know, at that sort of moment of crisis. Bernadette is confounding. She's, you know, fiercely intelligent, hypercritical of the world around her. She's bewildered by Seattle, but I think even more bewildered by who she's become. And she's as critical and as savage on herself and as she is on the world around her. Bernadette is somebody who has no friendships, no social life, and so all of her, you know, Bee laughs at all of her jokes. You know, Bee's the one who she tells all of her stories, and in a way, they have I think Bernadette's relying on Bee as being her friend rather than being her daughter. And part of the journey through the film is for Bernadette to accept that her daughter needs to have her own experiences and not, you know, just become the receptacle of all Bernadette's needs. Bernadette and Bee have such a close relationship that, in a way, LG, as the father, has sort of just slowly been edged out of the picture. So part of the journey through the film is for the father and the daughter to re-find one another. There's a kind of a cataclysmic relationship that she has with her neighbour, and from her perspective, a do-gooder parent, busybody parent at the school, Audrey, played by the extraordinary Kristen Wiig. And, you know, often the person that you have the most antagonistic relationship, you have a lot in common with. And I think that's a bit of a revelation for both of them. I think it's the moments in the film where you see Bernadette being, in a way, most herself. She can more freely talk about her fears and anxieties to a virtual assistant than she can to her husband of 20 years. And she has no friends, so there's not even any opportunity to divest herself of those anxieties and the anxiety of going to Antarctica and all of the stuff that she needs, and her rage at the neighbour and her rage at the parents at the school and you know, her fear at disappointing her daughter. It's all directed to Manjula. It's not just, please go and pick up my laundry. It's, can you please take over the entire organisation of this trip to Antarctica, and, you know, I'm losing my mind at the same time. So it's a very, very strange relationship.
悩み多き主婦バーナデット、建築家の夢を捨て家族に全てを捧げて生きてきたけど
Honey, are you getting enough sleep?
Sleep? What's that?
夫、娘、ママ友にいつも振り回されて
Your hillside just slid into my home!
もう限界
Bernadette!
She disappeared. Bernadette.
まさかの逃亡
So step aside, because I am about to kick the hell out of life.
I'm gonna get my gear.
To launch my second act. I have this one shot. It's twice the challenge anyone ever imagines.
もう一度人生を輝かすシアトルから南極への大冒険
Just thinking about it's got my heart racing.
バーナデット、ママは行方不明